lights the red. Let battle commence. All from here. Rivers and White.
Two Wheels is proudly powered by Broadlink, delivering serious bandwidth for serious business.
In our brand new Brother News Desk, we go to the Eagle High Estate Farm, which is near the Swazi border in Mpumalanga, in the Lowveld proper. We're here for the Liquorland Hired Wildside Enduro. And Warwick Mason, the local farmer, produces eucalyptus oil that he exports worldwide. One of the only 3 farms in South Africa that does this. A great family event and the first enduro event of the season. A good precursor to the Nationals for this year, and all the top boys are here. Well, the Broadlink brother KTM rider Lawrence Mahoney making a welcome return to racing. First time you've ridden, I think, in what, 8 months?
Yeah, thanks, Dave. It's been a long time. Like you said, 8 months since my accident last year, and I broke my ankle. But you know, I'm blessed and I'm strong and foot's healed and I'm fit again. So yeah, first race back. So we're just gonna see where the fitness is at, and a bit of testing on the bike for the Nationals coming up. So yeah, it's good to be here, and they've got an awesome turnout. All the guys are here, so it's going to be interesting.
Altus de Vet, well, first race of the season, you've got to be pretty excited riding the brand new bikes.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Lots of work went into this team. Fred and his team, they put a lot of work in to get everything sorted and everything ready so that we can look professional when we get there and everything is in order. So, new bike, I've had about 2 days on it, so it's a good test for the first race of the season. That good sight. Tremendous run in last year's Roof of Africa and looking good with the Sherco, eh?
Yeah, my 300 Sherco is strong and I'm ready for the season.
Tell me about the bike though, because not too many guys riding them at the moment.
Yeah, it's a 300 4-stroke. It's the only bike manufacturer to make them, and it's the perfect weapon. It's just a bit bigger than the 250, and it's a strong bike, as you could see at the roof.
Interesting. Well, the newly formed Lowveld Enduro Club have put a great deal of effort in for today's event and are clearly excited by the turnout.
We started this club only the end of last year when we saw we weren't going to have a series, and we've had a magnificent turnout. So we're so chuffed with all the guys who made an effort to get here. It's tough to get here, but the guys will really enjoy this course. It's magnificent. I think really one of the most beautiful areas in the country to ride in. So we just want to thank all the guys who've supported us and the sponsors who've come on board, Hired, Liquorland, Seasons in Africa, and Coca-Cola. No, come all at the last minute, and it's made it happen.
A huge entry for this event. We will have a camera in the sky to catch some of the action out on the track. And last year's champion William Gillett is going to be leading off because they are seeded from last year's championship points. So some of the top riders might be starting further down than they would expect. At riders briefing, they said it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, it should be fun, eh? One of the oldest riders racing the young guns, so I'm excited to race again another year.
It will be on corrected timing, so from the word go, the clock starts counting. William Gillett then, with the Liquorland Yamaha out in the front. He's over 40 years of age and he still acts like a teenager. Next up, Nick Wade, his teammate, out onto the trail. The first segment of the track will include a 4-kilometer prologue, as they call it, and you can see it's going to be quite difficult. Look at that uphill climb. I wonder how the Weekend Warriors will perform over that. Former South African Enduro champion Altus de Vet gets away on the cargo tack Husqvarna, all new for 2014. Strange how the camera flattens that out, but even the top rider's a little bit nervous of that big step up. On board with Brendan Swanefelder. He's starting off 5th for today's event. We'll see how he performs with his KTM. Behind him, it's going to be Douglas Boak. And all the expert riders will take off first, and then we'll see the Weekend Warriors coming out. C298, that's Vincent Lavaskakny, well known in Enduro World circles. Also climbing up that steep climb was Danny Heenan. And just behind him, Peter Buerta. You'll notice the hired guard on that exhaust pipe of the KTM is going to need that today because a lot of rocks out there on the trail. Marius Immerman straight away into that prologue section. Now there's double logs laid out that overnight rain have made tremendously slippery. Johnny Viviers, well experienced, just goes past him. And that's Wayne Everton from the brother KTM team on his brand new 6 days special bike. Overnight rain, we did mention that. You have to pay attention to those slippery logs. Oh, and Achim Bachmann finds out to his detriment. You can see these riders are struggling through this section. This is just the beginning of the track. How not to do it. It's amazing how the professional riders make it look so easy. This is Wayne Ottey taking the other line so he doesn't have to get up over those logs. Anton Martin taking it very easy on his KTM, and he just topples over on those tyres. Now this tyre section is really to cover a river. When it's flooded, it's going to be difficult. Back on board with Brendan Swannefelder. Let's see how he does it. Bit of a bottleneck. Manages to keep motion going. And out of that section, out into the open area now. And the riders will be looking forward to this. Some big logs to jump over though, and a tabletop right in front of the pit area, which the crowd is going to love. Altus de Vet and Blake Gritside are simply flying along at the moment. Showing the crowd how quick they are around this part of the track. There goes Lawrence Mahoney with the brother KTM. Let's not forget he's won the South African Championship a number of times. That's Brett Swannefelder, father of Brendan, through the tyres section, making it look oh so easy, and then just plants the bike in the ground. The problem is the bottlenecks now. Once you stop and you lose motion through there, it's going to be difficult.
Red, let's hope we make it. Let's just get through the tyres first.
Thad Broderick arrives, suffers the same fate. This is going to be difficult later on in the race. Leandre Ace making his way through there quite easily actually. Dick Bessenger, can I get this KTM out of here? Meantime, Sean Bontekoning is a little bit impatient there with the yellow bike. Oh, and somebody over the handlebars. I think the idea here is to go over the tyre, not get stuck in the mud. Douglas Capers on 775 shows us how. After this, it's the big tabletop. Whoa, out of the seat there for Clayton Hood. He wasn't expecting that one. We're up with a helicam, and you can see from the air that there's a lot of wet stuff out there. Overnight rain has made this track not dusty, but it is also going to be very wet. Brendan Swannefelder just checking out the terrain. Don't forget, Enduros is not all about flat out racing. It's picking your way through the rocks and the mud and the mountains. Slow technical stuff, and how's this Dolomite rock right towards the end of the lap. Riders are up there thinking, should we be up here? It does look like some of the route markings have been taken away. Apparently the cows see them and think they're flowers. So we might see some of the riders getting lost out on the trail. Wolfgang Harlecker looks pretty cool with the Husaberg there. And just behind him is Garth Prost, always a big dice between those riders. Johan van der Merwe arrives on C146. Temperature down in the valley some 4 degrees higher. So as they go down into no nonsense valley, they've got to climb back out the other side. The riders will be exhausted. C118, Martin Janssen van Rensburg. The big climb is coming his way. They call it no nonsense. I wonder why. John Petrie's fan is on. You can hear it buzzing away. That bike's running hot. And this is Lionel Black. Always a friendly wave from him. On a free ride, probably the right sort of bike to be here with today. Or electronic trials bike, for that matter. At the end of the first lap, though, Brendan Swannefelder has hit the front. I think he might have missed one of the markings out on the track. Does look like he's taken a bit of a shortcut. But behind him, Lawrence Mahoney. He's the leader on the road at the moment. On corrected time, of course. Swannefelder, he has missed a checkpoint, so he might be penalised for that.
Marking is terrible. We're getting lost and catching up to each other.
Mahoney on his way with a KTM. That's a brand new 350 that he's riding.
I'm riding with a broken gear lever, so it's okay.
Altus is always so cool.
Yeah, man, it's dangerous out there.
Dangerous, eh?
Yeah, you need to take it easy or you're going to fall out. But nothing yet, thanks guys. How's your camelback today?
Blake Goodside, currently lying in third spot. Oh, he's got a battery problem. Push start for Blake.
No, it's all a nice course, but for kilometre and a half I couldn't find markers. I've been sitting with a group of riders. I'm not sure what's going to happen. We'll just carry on and race. Such a nice track, but I think the cows have eaten some of the markers.
Newfoundland Yamaha. William Gillett from KZN. He's used to this sort of terrain. He's out back onto the track. Now after the 40k loop, this is what you have to contend with. Andrew Kloppers, E98. Big four-stroke makes mincemeat of the logs. Now, if it was raining today, that would be a different story, of course.
No, breeze. No, it was great. It's a bit hot, the weather, but the track this year, same as last year.
Everybody is loving the track. And the pace of the professional riders out front is simply amazing. They've left these guys already by half a lap in just that distance. But look at the views we've got from the top of the mountains. Lawrence Mahoney, he's out front and flying with a 350. He is loving the brother KTM this year, back from injury. Great to see him out there. Craig McCleary, also four-stroke mounted this time around. And there's Altus de Vet with the Cargo Attack Husqvarna. Battling with that broken gear lever, he might change that in the next pit stop. This is Roland Walker. You can see how steep the climb is. Traction is premium.
It's hot, it's tiring, it's challenging, but the scenery and the ride is beautiful.
Go Dave. This is Brett Swanefelder with a brother KTM. Another rider trying to get past him. In the Masters class, of course. How not to do it. It's amazing when the camera's around. Well, that's what happens. Edwina Lutsch. She's having a fabulous ride with her KTM. Patience, I think, is key here. Ricardo Valentim is on the downhill section now. Now look at that rock that he's got to climb up and over before going into the forest section. And that'll be the end of the lap. Franz Čepek, making it look so easy. Good spectator point. Accessible by dirt road. And that's Wolfgang Horlicker on 938. The temperature is soaring, but Altus de Vet is not slowing down with the Cargo Attack Husqvarna. Look at the style of the former champion. He looks a good bet for this year and did ever so well in last year's roof. And don't forget, Husky did win the Roof of Africa last year. This is Mike Jostin. He's only completed one lap so far. The pros will do 3 laps of the course. That's 40 Ks per lap. Rowan Kluter on 155. That's the way to do it, Rowan. If you don't make it, rather just stop the bike before you fall over. It could damage your bike on the rock. Now we're in the forest section heading for home. And it's Altus de Vet. What a fabulous ride. On the first lap, it was only 7 seconds between himself and Lawrence Mahoney, but it seems to have stretched out quite a lot now. I think Mahoney might have a problem with the KTM. Back on board we go with Brendan Swanefelder. Oh, and down he goes in that forest section. The problem here is in the grass there's quite a few lurkers. When I say lurker, I mean a rock that's lying under the grass, and it can catch you out. Cruising for home. Some of the weekend warriors on the green route only have to do the 1 lap. Just as well. And this is Terence Hyde, one of the sponsors for today. The man behind the Hyde products range. Hard-working Terence. Nick Wade, we saw him right at the beginning of the race and he's looking pretty cool. Goggles on backwards. That means there's no dust around. Marius van der Merwe seems to have a problem with his rear tyre, but it's only a few Ks from the finish. He would have completed 1 lap. The man who's completed 3 laps though in the pro class, Altus de Vet with a Cargo Attack Husqvarna.
In the middle of the first lap, I fell down a rock and it slid backwards and it broke the gear lever, but I could still manage to shift some gears. Every now and then you slip some gears, but I'm more than happy. I'm so happy to give it a good start to the season, especially to Cargo Attack. That's our new main sponsor on board as well. All our other sponsors and Fred and Husqvarna and the team, all the guys that was here to help. I'm just glad to make the day for them good.
And well done to Wayne Everton on the brother KTM winning the seniors class.
Tough, but fantastic. Now that keeps you going, and I tell you, after a December holiday, you got to know what you're doing.